One day, a young monk tied a small stone to a fish and put it back into the water. He watched the fish struggle to swim with the weight, but he didn't realize that what he was doing was wrong. Soon after, he caught more small animals and tied stones to them as well. Everything he did was quietly seen by his master, but the master didn't stop him. Instead, he picked up a large stone and walked away. That night, after the little monk fell asleep, the master quietly tied the heavy stone to the boy's back. When the little monk woke up the next morning, he immediately felt something was wrong. He begged his master to remove the stone, but the master simply told him to stand up and walk forward. With the heavy stone on his back, the boy could barely move. Finally, he admitted that he had done something wrong, but the master said calmly, "You must first go to the river and remove the stones from the animals. Otherwise, the stone on your back will never be taken off." The little monk immediately ran to the river, with the stone still on his back. He searched the water for a long time. Luckily, the frog was still alive. He quickly untied the stone from it, but the fish he had tied earlier was already dead. At that moment, the boy was filled with guilt. He buried the little fish in the soil, realizing for the first time how serious his actions had been. Seeing this, the master finally removed the stone from his back. Many years passed, and the little monk grew up. One day, a young girl came to the temple. Having never seen someone of the opposite sex before, the monk felt curious about her. He didn't understand his feelings and wondered if they were wrong. So he knelt before the Buddha statue, praying for guidance. The girl wanted to comfort him, but at that moment, the master opened the door and interrupted them. Yet the monk's longing for love was stronger than the teachings he had received. One night, the monk and the girl secretly took a boat to the middle of the lake. The next morning, the master saw them from the shore. Silently, he rowed his small boat closer. Then he quietly pulled out the wooden plug from the bottom of their boat and returned to the temple. Soon, the rising water woke the two of them. The monk immediately understood that this was his master's warning. He returned to the temple and knelt at the gate, begging for forgiveness. But the master only told him to forget this relationship. Then he took the girl away. The monk was punished and forced to chant scriptures in front of the Buddha statue. But he still couldn't forget the girl. From that day on, he couldn't sleep at night. Finally, one night while the master seemed to sleep, the monk picked up a Buddha statue and left the temple. But the master had not been sleeping at all. He knew that in life, some trials must be faced alone. Years later, the master saw a missing person notice in a newspaper. He recognized the face immediately. It was the little monk, who had left long ago. At that moment, the master understood something. The boy had never truly crossed that difficult path of life.